You know what you should be doing with your money. You have read the articles. You have tried the apps. You have made fresh starts and firm intentions more times than you can count. And yet there are patterns in your financial life that keep repeating, almost like they have their own gravity, pulling you back to the same behaviors no matter how clearly you can see them. You overspend when stressed. You avoid looking at your accounts when you are behind. You feel physical discomfort at the thought of asking for a raise. These are not random quirks. They are learned responses. And most of them were learned before you turned 10. Today we trace them back to where they started, because you cannot rewrite a story you have never read. Personal finance content loves tactics, optimal strategies, the right percentage to save, the right order to pay off debt. And those things matter. But they rest on something deeper that almost no financial content ever addresses: the emotional operating system you built in childhood. Your beliefs about money, whether it is safe, whether you deserve it, whether it is a source of conflict or comfort. Most of those were formed in the first decade of your life by watching the adults around you. And they are still running in the background of every financial decision you make today. Think about what a child's brain does with the world. It is not analyzing through adult logic. It is pattern matching and meaning making at high speed. When a child watches their parents fight about money, the brain does not register the specific argument. It registers that money equals conflict, and conflict equals threat. That becomes a rule. And rules built in childhood are remarkably durable. If money felt scarce growing up, your nervous system learned that financial uncertainty is a genuine threat to safety. So in adulthood, even when you are not actually in danger, a low bank balance can trigger a stress response that feels completely disproportionate. That is not irrationality. That is a very old nervous system doing its job. If your family never talked about money, you may have learned that money is shameful or private, not for discussion. And so in adulthood, you avoid those conversations too. With partners, with advisors, even with yourself. If money was used as a tool of control in your household, given or withheld based on behavior, you may carry complicated feelings about deserving money, about what it means to ask for more, about whether financial safety is something you are allowed to have. None of these adaptations were wrong when you made them. They were survival strategies. The problem is that they often continue running in a life where they no longer serve you. Your money story is the collection of beliefs, assumptions, and emotional responses you carry about money, most of which you have never consciously examined. And here's the thing about a story you have never read. It still shapes everything you do. You are just not the author. You are running someone else's script. 3 questions to sit with. You do not have to answer them out loud right now. Just let them settle. First, how did money feel in your home growing up? Was there enough? Never enough? Was it a source of stress, security, conflict, or possibility? What was the emotional temperature of your household around money? Second, what did the adults around you do when money was tight? Did they talk about it openly or hide it from the kids? Did they fight, go quiet, work longer hours and disappear? Whatever they did, you were watching, and you built a model from what you saw. Third, what did you decide about money as a child? Not consciously, but underneath, in the part of the brain that makes meaning. Did you decide that money is hard to come by? That people like you do not get ahead? That wanting money is somehow selfish? Your answers to those 3 questions reveal the operating system your finances are actually running on. They are more informative about your current financial behavior than any spending report you have ever seen. You cannot erase the past. You cannot unlearn what you learned in childhood. But you can create new experiences that, over time, give your nervous system updated information. The old associations loosen. New ones form. The rewriting process starts with witnessing, simply observing your patterns without immediately judging them. The next time you avoid looking at your bank balance, instead of criticizing yourself, get curious. What does looking feel like? What are you afraid you will see? What does it remind you of? When you notice yourself spending impulsively after a stressful day, instead of the familiar guilt loop, ask, what am I trying to do with this purchase? What feeling am I reaching for? You do not have to change the behavior immediately. Understanding it is the actual first step, and it is the step most financial advice never invites you to take. The second piece is small, deliberate counter-experiences. If your old story is that money is scarce and threatening, one counter-experience is looking at your account when it is in a comfortable position and just sitting with that for a moment. Letting your nervous system register safety. These small moments accumulate over time and slowly update the belief at the foundation. This is not quick work, but it is the work that makes every financial strategy you try actually stick. Every financial pattern you cannot change through willpower alone has a story behind it, and that story almost certainly began long before your first bank account. Understanding that is not an excuse. It is a map. And with a map, you can find your way somewhere different.